Climate change often feels like a problem for tomorrow, something far away, happening to glaciers, oceans, and polar bears. But what if the real key to solving it lies in focusing on something much closer to home? Us. Let's discuss. Dr. Sandro Di Maio is a public health expert and global advocate for sustainable living. He's known for linking climate action with everyday health and showing how the same steps that save the planet can also improve our lives. As a former WHO advisor and the current CEO of Vic Health, he continues to push for smarter, people-first climate solutions around the world. Firstly, why talking only about the planet might be holding us back. For decades, climate change has been discussed in scientific terms: parts per million of CO2, melting glaciers, rising oceans. While these are critical indicators, they don't always connect with the average person's daily life. That's where Dr. Sandro Di Maio, a respected public health physician, brings in a refreshing shift. He believes we need to stop talking about climate change as something far away and start connecting it to things that matter more immediately: our bodies, our families, and our neighborhoods. And he's not alone. Research shows that people are far more likely to act when the consequences feel personal. It's not about ignoring the science, it's about making it relevant. Then understand climate change, not just an environmental issue. Let's be honest, climate change isn't just about polar bears and melting ice caps anymore. It's a full-blown, all-systems crisis that touches every part of our lives, from our health and homes to global economies and international security. When the Trump administration pulled out of the Paris Climate Agreement, headlines painted it as a blow to the environment. But that's only part of the story. Climate change is not just an environmental issue, it's a human issue. Rising sea levels could drown cities like Miami, droughts threaten food supplies, and extreme heat waves endanger lives. It's not just nature that's at risk, it's us. As David Suzuki once said, "We are the environment, there is no distinction." If we keep treating climate change like it's someone else's problem, we'll all end up sinking in the same boat. It's time we see the big picture and act like our future depends on it. Because it does. The best part? Climate action can make us healthier too. Now here's the hopeful twist. The actions we take to protect the planet can also protect and even improve our health. It's what Dr. Di Maio calls a win-win scenario. Let's take transportation as an example. Cities that reduce car dependency and build bike lanes or walkable areas see a drop in air pollution, yes, but they also see lower rates of obesity, heart disease, and stress. Or food. A shift towards more plant-based diets not only slashes greenhouse gas emissions, but also lowers the risk of chronic diseases like diabetes, hypertension, and colon cancer. Even planting more trees in urban spaces cools down neighborhoods, absorbs carbon, and improves mental well-being. The evidence is stacking up. What's good for the planet often turns out to be good for our bodies too. The power of co-benefits. Let's explore 5 powerful examples of how acting on climate change can transform not only our planet, but also our health, happiness, and well-being.
1. Greener plates, stronger bodies.
You might not think of your lunch as a climate issue, but it is. What we eat plays a huge role in greenhouse gas emissions, deforestation, and water use. Raising livestock, especially cattle, is a major contributor to methane emissions. On the flip side, plant-based foods generally require far less land, water, and energy to produce. But this isn't just about the planet, it's about our health. A global study published in the Lancet Planetary Health found that shifting toward plant-forward diets, more vegetables, fruits, legumes, and whole grains, could save up to 11 million lives per year by 2040. That's not just because of reduced climate impact, but also because these diets reduce the risk of heart disease, stroke, and cancer. So next time you reach for a veggie-packed meal, remember, you're not just eating for yourself. You're voting for a healthier planet and a longer life.
2. Clean air, clear lungs.
Imagine waking up in a city where the air smells fresh, your morning jog feels easier, and your kids can play outside without triggering asthma. That's the future we create by transitioning away from fossil fuels. Burning coal, oil, and gas doesn't just emit carbon dioxide. It also releases pollutants like nitrogen dioxide and particulate matter. These are the same toxins that fill our lungs, cause chronic illnesses, and shorten lives. The World Health Organization estimates that air pollution causes around 7 million premature deaths globally each year. But here's the good news. If we align with the Paris Agreement goals, we could prevent millions of deaths annually, not just in 2050, but starting today, through cleaner air. So when we talk about wind turbines and solar panels, we're not just talking about emissions. We're talking about fewer asthma attacks, fewer hospital visits, and healthier families.
3. Green spaces for mental peace.
Urban life can be loud, chaotic, and stressful. But there's an antidote: nature. Parks, trees, and green rooftops might seem like luxuries, but they are essential tools in the climate and health toolbox. They absorb carbon, reduce urban heat, and manage stormwater, but that's just the beginning. Green spaces are powerful protectors of mental health. Studies show that people who live near parks and greenery report lower levels of stress, anxiety, and depression. Children with access to natural environments perform better in school and show improved emotional development. During heat waves, becoming more frequent due to climate change, green areas also cool neighborhoods, protecting vulnerable populations from heat-related illnesses. Simply put, trees save lives. And they help us breathe easier, physically and emotionally.
4. Walking cities. Picture a city where cars don't rule the roads.
Instead, wide sidewalks, safe bike lanes, and leafy boulevards invite you to walk, cycle, and meet your neighbors. This isn't a fantasy, it's a climate solution. Urban design that prioritizes walking, cycling, and public transport not only slashes emissions, but it also gets us moving. And movement matters. Regular physical activity helps prevent heart disease, diabetes, obesity, and depression. In fact, cities that encourage active transportation see lower rates of chronic illness and better mental health outcomes. Walking to the store instead of driving, biking to work, or simply spending more time outdoors strengthens both our bodies and our social connections. It's a simple shift with powerful ripple effects: less pollution, stronger hearts, and tighter-knit communities. 5. Healthy oceans, full plates. Our oceans are in trouble, warming, acidifying, and losing life at an alarming rate. But restoring marine ecosystems isn't just about saving whales and coral reefs. It's about protecting our food. Over 3 billion people rely on the ocean for protein, and healthy reefs and fisheries are essential for that supply. When we invest in marine restoration, whether by reducing overfishing, protecting mangroves, or cleaning up pollution, we're investing in food security and local economies. This is especially critical for coastal communities in low-income countries, where fish are a daily staple and a source of income. Climate-smart ocean policies don't just conserve biodiversity, they feed people, support jobs, and stabilize communities. The true value of climate solutions. Too often, climate solutions are framed as sacrifices: eat less meat, drive less, pay more. But what if we flipped that narrative? What if we saw climate solutions not as burdens, but as investments in our health, safety, and happiness? Better buildings mean lower energy bills. Public transit means less stress. Local food means more resilience. And green jobs mean stronger economies. Reframing climate action this way shifts the focus from what we lose to what we gain, and that mindset change might be the most critical solution of all. This isn't just about the future. It's about now. When we talk about climate change, we often focus on the year 2050, or 2100. But the truth is, climate change is affecting our health today. And that means we don't have to wait to start benefiting from solutions. The clean air, healthy food, and safer cities we build today don't just protect our future, they improve our present. As Dr. DeMaio puts it, the best reason to act on climate isn't only to save the planet. It's to save ourselves, to live better, breathe easier, and build communities that thrive. If this makes you see climate action in a new light, don't keep it to yourself. Like, share, and subscribe to help more people discover how small changes can lead to big benefits for us and the planet. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.